Gary Sothard here, weekly swing tip time. So I'm just going to do some chipping today. So we're just going to show you two things that really, can make a massive difference to your strike with your chipping. Number one is the distance away. So try to get a lot closer to the ball when you're playing a chip. Most of the time when we see people chipping, they create too much space between the toes and the ball. And then the downside of this is that the club gets stuck on the inside here. So if the club goes too much around the body here, the tendency is the club will want to bottom out too early, so then you get that thinned or that heavy strike. So just simply stand a lot closer to the ball. A good reference would be, try to get about a foot away from it. You can see there I'm nice and close to it. Stand up a little bit more with the body and stand the golf club up a little bit as well. By standing the club up, and actually almost feeling like the toes a little bit more down into the ground, it's a lot more forgiving around this toe end is the golf club. So if the toe slightly leads, it'll be fine. Will cut through and it'll collect it. So really two really key points there. Get yourself really close to it, and then from there the club won't want to go on the inside. The other thing is, in address, once we've got that nice and close to it, extend the arms down. So the second point is stand close, but then stand up with the body, but extend those arms down, straighten out these angles. From there we can just keep the arms nice and long, and we can just rock it back and through, and just look at the way it's striking the ground when we do it. So back and through, and I feel like I can just keep that arc the same. We don't want to be shortening the arms, especially when we're coming to hit, pulling the arms in. So try to keep the extension in the arms all the way through the swing. Okay, so we'll just play one now. So I'm going to position the ball in the middle of my stance. I'm going to stand really close. I'm going to lean that shaft up, almost gripping down a smidge, just a little bit. And then from there, try to keep that club in front of the body. A little bit of weight to the side, then in front and back in front. It's about 15 yards is that shot. And I feel like there I can get a good solid contact on it. Let's have a look at the data. There's the data, so we can see there what's really important when you're chipping, getting a descending blow. So 3.8 degrees down is really important. If we get a downward strike, that ball will pop up into the air. You can see they're slightly on the toe side, but I'm fine with that. That's a good enough strike. And then the path's good because I'm standing so close. Remember, if you stand too far away, you can get too much from the inside, and then you can hit the ground before the ball. So what I'm going to do now, I'll do one where I stand a little bit further away. So I'm going to stand in the position where I'd almost hit a normal shot. And we see this a lot. We see, a lot of chipping lessons, a lot of the members standing far too far away from the ball. So let's see what it does to the actual numbers and the data if we do stand too far away from it. So I'm standing in that position there, a little bit of weight to the side. The only thing I can feel is that the club's going around the body more. Let's have a look at the data. Yeah, it's really interesting. So you can see the path has gone a long way into out, and that's made the strike very shallow. Too shallow is that. That's risking hitting the ground before the ball. And then you can see the club there, the toes up too much as well. So the heel's hitting the ground first, which is then closing the face. So it's just going to pull it to the left-hand side. So really get standing closer to the ball. It makes such a big difference. So we can see there it's a huge benefit, to stand closer, much better strike, much better path. All in all, you're going to get more consistency. So just really simple, stand about a foot away from it. If the club feels a bit strange, tip it up, grip down it. It'll almost feel like you've got your putter in your hands. Keep the arms nice and straight, and then just rock that shoulders, rock that triangle back and through. From face on, it'll look like this, ball in the middle, a little bit of a lean to the side, almost feels 70% of the weight there, 30 there, 70, 30, rock back, rock through. It'll make a huge difference, but like we say every week, make sure you practice it first. So get down the chipping area, put in some practice on this new sort of stance, give it a go. It'll definitely give you more consistency. Thank you.